After what seemed like an eternity, Riot Games has finally given us some updates on the upcoming Rell Midscope update. In the YouTube video that some of you maybe have seen, they just tease it a little bit and don't really say something about it, but they also linked an update right here where they actually tell us in which direction her Midscope update is going. And I'm really excited for how this is gonna end up because it sounds really cool. And Riot Games have actually listened to the Rell community in this case, and they mentioned things in here that all of us wanted to see changed. But let's have a look at this. So here they just talk about the overall process of the Midscope updates, and here we have it. Midscoping the Iron Maiden. Right here they mention stuff like it feels way too punishing when Rell doesn't hit her W. And yes, it really does, so it's good that they know about that. And here we have some bullet points they worked after. So first up, lean into the mounted dismounted fantasy. Let Rell feel fast. Like she can charge enemies down while mounted and let her feel like a formidable fighter while dismounted. And this sounds great. I don't know how they're gonna do it. They mentioned a bit more stuff down here, but just seeing that they want to change up the playstyles between mounted and dismounted a bit further just sounds great for now, at least. Rell teamfights always look the same. If she hits a W, it's good, and if she doesn't hit it, it's bad. And they say that they want to give her a bit more options in team fighting, and they will also make some quality of life changes. Here we can just see that Riot Game knows their stuff, or they listen to the Rell community, I'm not too sure. But here they mention 3 things. They talk about her poor ward clearing, her not being able to E while she's alone, and having reduced power on subsequent enemies, which probably means that they want her Q to apply her passive better, if I had to guess. I don't really know what else this should mean, so that's insane. These are literally the 3 things that Rell mains talk about the most. Ward clearing, not being able to use her E while alone, and Q not applying her passive on multiple enemies. And don't be scared that this whole E used alone will make her a top laner, a mid laner, or maybe you're not even scared, maybe you hope this will happen. I personally prefer if she stays a support. But they mention later on that her E will completely change. And they say this right here actually. The design team has taken a few steps at the Rell Midscope before, but nothing really stuck, except for her new E. That's right, Rell is getting a completely new E, which was inspired by one of the early explorations from Rell's original designer, Stash Cheluk. I probably butchered that. But yeah, so they will change her E completely, and I love this. Because I don't want Rell to change up that much, but the one ability that I can like say, okay, you can get rid of that one is her E. Every other ability I want to stay, and it looks like will stay. Here they talk about that they want to make her faster when she's mounted, which I don't know, maybe it's cool. I mean, of course it's nice to be faster, but I don't want her to be overtuned. When I read things like this, I feel like, okay, I don't want everyone to main her. Hopefully she will not be too good in the meta and she will be in every single game. But I will let Riot cook on this one. I don't know. Maybe it's cool, maybe it's not. We don't know yet. Right here they talk about how she felt when she's unmounted and they want to make it feel better to be unmounted. They mention an early concept of a 3-hit passive where you could reset your W, but they scrapped that idea. And here in this paragraph there's something very interesting. They say that they put the E stun on her Q right here. In the end, we found that making Q have much more impact in both forms. It has the original E stun now. What? I don't know what to think about that one, but her Q stuns now, I guess. If it's her original E stun, then of course it's just a half a second, but that's just... Does this feel weird for you guys too? To think about her Q stunning now? Like, that's interesting. That will give her an even better neutral game. So this sounds absolutely crazy. Then they also say that they want to buff her attack speed and attack range when dismounted. And also they want to make the self-slow a bit weaker, so Rell doesn't get too slow when she dismounts. And then they finally mentioned that they're still working on the VFX and SFX, the animation and some bugs. And they're also looking into it when it comes to playing Rell on different roles. So they're also keeping that in mind, luckily. And they say that they will keep her as a support, which I appreciate. Thank you, Riot. And they also let us know that they're working at full speed, and we probably won't get another update until she's actually live. Which actually rises my hopes that it might not take too long until we get to see some gameplay. Because when I saw the video where they just talked about it briefly, I was like, okay, they didn't really take too much time into it yet, so it might like take another few months until we get to see something, but my hopes are high. I'll be honest, if we can see some gameplay in like 1 month, maybe 2 months, I would be really happy. And I'm also really excited on how they're gonna change up her animations. But yeah, what do you guys think about this new news that we just got? Are you excited? I'm not excited. I'm really excited personally. And the only thing I hope is that she doesn't get too overtuned. I like having my options on Rell. Maybe they give us another few options to engage teamfights that's not like crash down Magnet Storm every single time. But I don't want her to be too overtuned. And I'm really excited on how her new E's gonna end up. But yeah, that's it gonna be for this video. And I'll see you all in the next one.